People like us.
You're listening to People Like Us.
Thembe, do you have a moment?
You need to be out by 6 p.m. Nqobile.
I just want to talk. I became a sex worker out of necessity at first. I wasn't earning enough out of domestic work alone.
You're young. What kind of expenses do you have?
I have a child. He's just 3 years old. That's why I came to the city, to provide for him. I want him to attend school someday so that he can get an education.
That's a lot of pressure.
A friend of mine told me how much she was earning doing sex work. It just made sense.
And so you haven't been able to stop?
It's my profession. I can't be with my son to raise him, but I want to do everything I can to provide for his future. That's all I came to say. Sex work is my job. It doesn't tell you what kind of person I am.
Nqobile, I don't want to be responsible for your son not having food on his plate. You can have 2 more weeks.
In the name of our Father, Amen.
I wasn't expecting to see you here, Mandla.
You made an assumption about me because of my sexuality.
Perhaps.
I believe that God loves all his children.
But we must condemn the sin.
I am not a sin. Neither is your son. We are all equal in God's eyes.
You grew up in a Christian household.
My parents raised me with strong values.
You're still a Christian even though you are gay?
A person can be more than just one thing. Accepting my sexuality was one of the most difficult things I ever had to do. I doubted God. I kept asking myself, if this is a sin, why did God make me this way?
Did you find any answers?
My family helped me to understand that each of us is made exactly as God intended.
You seem to be a child of God.
We all are. Sbu missed the last few years of his mother's life and he really regrets it. That's why he's back. He wants to spend time with his father before it's too late.
Things going well at school, Dumisani?
We're having a problem with the teacher.
The one who has decided to become a woman.
Miss Sithole. Good afternoon, Sihle.
Come now, Sihle. Time to go back home.
I thought I saw this piece of rubbish coming in here.
Sfiso, get out.
I tried to speak to my dad, Miss Sithole. Thank you, Sihle.
You better watch out. Your son is a retard. He's an easy target.
You don't know what you're talking about, Sifiso. My gender has nothing to do with my sexuality.
Mark my words, Sumisani. He has his eyes on that crippled kid of yours.
Stop saying that! Sihle isn't crippled or retarded. He is intelligent and compassionate. He is capable of more than you could ever imagine.
Don't you dare.
Get out, Sifiso. Out! I thought Sifiso was about to hit you. It takes guts standing up to him.
You know, people jump to conclusions because they don't take the time to get to know you. Sometimes we need to let go of our own judgments and just listen to other people.
Am I saying things? Are you cooking, Ma?
I'm just chopping. Gogo is cooking.
There's no small task in cooking. You can't have beef stew without vegetables.
Guess what? I got the highest mark in class for our taste.
That's wonderful, Ayanda.
All the other students are jealous because my mom is a nurse.
Did your mother take the test for you? No. You are doing well because you worked hard.
No, Ma. What are you doing?
It's for the stew.
You don't put cornstarch in the stew. We're not making gravy.
I wanted to thicken it. Don't laugh at me.
I'm not making fun of you, Ma.
Ayanda knows from experience.
I once put so much cornstarch in a stew. It became so thick, you can slice it with a knife. Gogo was not very happy.
You ruined an otherwise perfect stew. Bring the vegetables, Thobeka. In they go. See? That wasn't so hard, was it?
Well, I cut and peeled vegetables, Mama. That's all.
A baby has to crawl before she can walk.
Nqobile, is that you? It's the middle of the night.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you.
What happened? Let me have a look.
It was a client. He was drunk and he got violent.
Sit here, under the light. Look at that bruise. Does it hurt?
A little.
Have you been to the police?
I can't.
You have to.
I'm a sex worker, Ma. We have no rights under the law.
So you just have to deal with these things on your own?
It's one of the risks of the job.
And if something worse happens?
What am I supposed to do? We're not protected under the law. The men know it too.
I'll call Nurse Thobeka so she can have a look at you.
It's not necessary.
Of course it is. If you can't go to the police, who can you turn to?
People like us.
For more stories like these and to share yours, visit unheardvoices.africa.